Greetings. We continue with our series on communication systems that are found on an aircraft. In our last video, we looked at VHF communication system, and if you haven't watched the video, you can find the link to the video in the description. We also looked at HF communication system. Again, you can find the link to that video in the description if you haven't watched the video. In today's video, we are going to be looking at interphone communication system, and we'll also look at another system called passenger address system. Welcome and enjoy the video. Interphone communication system provide communication between flight crew in the flight deck and the cabin crew, and also with the ground personnel. The interphone communication system can be divided into three independent systems. One, there's flight interphone system. Two, there's cabin interphone system. And thirdly, there is service, or also called maintenance interphone system on some aircraft. The flight interphone system enables communication between the pilots in the cockpit, and it also enables communication between the pilots and the cabin crew and with the ground personnel or the ground staff. Typical equipments that makes up a flight interphone system are as follows. We have a headset, we have loudspeakers, we have a handheld microphone, and we also have an oxygen mask. An oxygen mask is normally fitted with a microphone to enable communication in case of an emergency. And as you can see in this picture, you have this is a cable connection for the microphone that is fitted with the oxygen mask. Second system is cabin interphone. The cabin interphone is used by the cabin crew to communicate among themselves, or also to communicate with the cockpit should there be need for them to communicate with the cockpit crew. The cabin interphone communication is made up of a handset, and on some aircraft we have microphones with loudspeakers. As you can see in this picture, we have a handset here, and we can have a number of handsets at different stations of the aircraft depending on the size and the type of aircraft. So this is the handset that is used by the cabin crew to communicate with the cockpit and communicate with other cabin crew stations in an aircraft. Thirdly, we have a service or maintenance interphone system. This is used for ground during maintenance, for maintenance purposes, to enable communication between maintenance crew. For example, if there's a task being done that needs some form of communication from the cockpit and outside of the aircraft, we can have these headsets jacks at the nose wheel steering of the aircraft, at the engines, aft of the aircraft, at the APU bay, or even in the air conditioning bay. At times in the electronic compartment, we also have these headsets that enables maintenance communication between maintenance personnel. This service station is also used during pushbacks and engine startup for communication between the cockpit crew with the ground personnel to enable smooth and safe pushback and startup of the aircraft. As you can see in this picture here, we have two service panel for two different aircrafts. You can see this one here. This is the connection, the ports that the headsets are plugged in, and this enables communication from outside for ground personnel to the cockpit. This is also another service panel on a different aircraft, and this is the jacks where the headsets is plugged in to enable communication between the ground crew and the cockpit crew. The next system that we're going to look at in this video is the passenger address system. The passenger address system provides communication from the flight crew and the cabin crew to the passenger. This information can be information pertaining to the flight, safety briefing. It can also be used to announce pre-recorded announcements. Thirdly, the passenger address system can be used for entertainment through playing of boarding music for the passengers during boarding and disembarking of the passengers from the aircraft. The passenger address system consists of microphones or handsets on various stations. Like in the cockpit, we have microphones that we've discussed in our previous part of this video. And for the cabin crew, we have the handsets that is used as microphone for passenger address system. There's also loudspeakers throughout the aircraft, in the ceiling, and also at the passenger's station. And there's also loudspeakers provided in the lavatory for the passengers who might be in the lavatory during an announcement. The priority of the passenger address system is as follows. The flight deck has the top priority, then it is followed by the cabin attendant, then the pre-recorded announcement, then the boarding music. By this priority, it means any function that is on top of another function is given priority at the passenger address system. For example, should there be any boarding music play and a cabin attendant want to make an announcement, the boarding music will stop and the cabin attendant will make the announcement, then the boarding music will continue afterwards. Should the flight deck want to communicate with the passenger, when the cabin attendant is addressing the passenger, the flight deck will have priority over the cabin attendant to address the passenger. So this is how the priority works on the passenger address system. The audio integrating system provides integration between the various audio equipments in the cockpit and the cabin with the audio system of the aircraft. It enables volume adjustment and selection of different equipments. For example, you can select the mask or the boom sets. You can also select loudspeakers and adjust their volumes using this audio control panel. Thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed to our channel, and I'll see you in our next video.